The difference between a brilliant manager and a terrible manager is that a brilliant manager will help their employees to succeed, whereas a terrible manager will purely tell them off or discipline them every time they do something wrong and just expect them to get on with things without offering any support. Now, if you are a manager and you have an employee who isn't performing, it's actually really easy to manage, and it just involves some communication and some clever thinking. So the first thing you do is you arrange to have a meeting with the employee, and you sit down and you let them know what's not working. You also let them know what you're observing and what your thoughts are. And you ask them for their input. You ask them why they think things aren't working well and what can be done differently to help them succeed. What you then do is you sit down together and you come up with some solutions to help support them to succeed. So it might be that they need to do some more shadowing or on-the-job training. It might be that they don't have the right tools at their disposal to do their job, or it might be that they've got too many competing priorities and they don't know how to prioritize. So you might need to support them to prioritize, or maybe distribute the work between the workforce a little bit differently. So what you do then is you agree on some actions to support them to succeed, and you agree on a review date a couple of weeks into the future to see how things are going and whether things are improving. Now, if you've done this really well and you've got a keen employee who's capable of doing their job, you'll notice improvements. And so at the next meeting, you recognize those improvements and you review if anything needs tweaking. If, however, you've got an employee who's still not succeeding, you obviously go back to the drawing board, you again discuss what's not working well, and you come up with a few new solutions to support them to succeed. If by the final meeting you find that they're still not succeeding, either because maybe they're just not capable of doing the job, or maybe they're the type of employee who is genuinely not interested, that's when you can look at termination of employment and ending that employment relationship. But if you've got a really keen employee who's doing the right thing and you've supported them well, you'll find that you've supported that employee to success, you've supported them to achieve, and they're going to be more loyal to you as a business and as a manager because you have shown that you've cared and you've shown that you've listened and supported them to get there. Now, employee turnover is actually really expensive. So we want to support employees to achieve for two reasons. The first and most important reason is it's ethical. It's ethical to care about people. It's ethical to want everyone in your environment to be successful and to help them succeed. That is the right thing to do. In addition to that, from a business perspective, it takes 2 years for a new employee to effectively pay for themselves. By the time you've gone through advertising and the time to recruit, the time to train them, get them up to speed, the loss of productivity that's associated with all of that, it's expensive. So it takes 2 years for a payback. So supporting employees to succeed is both morally the right thing to do, and financially, as a business, you're better off supporting the employees you've got to be successful than it is to get rid of an employee and bring a new one in, because it is a very expensive process.